Hello there, friends. Well, we continue to watch Cloud9 fall apart before our eyes. What's going on? Why is half the squad leaving the team? What's next for both the players and the org? This and a couple of other news in today's episode. Without further ado, let's get straight to it. So last time we covered the rumor that Alpha will replace Electronic at the upcoming Esports World Cup qualifiers, and that's exactly what happened. The rumors have been confirmed and Alpha, ones from Cloud9 and Spirit Academies, had made it to the main squad. But clearly it wasn't for long, only for one tournament as a stand-in. Let's also briefly talk about this Esports World Cup made by the Sheikhs. Basically they want to make a huge unmatched esports tournament for all kinds of disciplines with almost infinite prize pool of money, like the Olympics of esports, but in the Sheikh's country. I mean, now overall this event has $60 million of prize pool overall, with CS2 getting $1 million for its main event and Dota gets $5 million for the same main event, and $5 million for qualifying tournaments spread throughout the year, which is basically 10 times more than CS2. Nice. You can guess which game Sheikhs like the most. Anyways, there we will have major champions, top-ranked teams, and most popular ones, as well as those who made it through open qualifiers and then through closed qualifiers, like Cloud9 for example, supposed to. You know, my friends, I thought about doing a review of Cloud9's path, but then I saw the level of tournament organization and realized that it was just impossible to watch. Like, literally. Just so you know, in the first days streamers tried to comment using scoreboards on HOTV because there was no game, no streams, nothing, no official broadcasts. Then they listened to people or just realized that they made a mistake and made one, but still the organization was super weird. Although the teams played quite good, they were trying. So in the closed qualifiers we had Cloud9, Bad Boom, Eternal Fire and Sashi. In the end, all the favorites left. Nafani's team in the last place, Cloud9 before them, Turkish Dream Team next, and the only slot was suddenly taken by Sashi. Their owner even cried on the stream. Nobody expected them to take the slot from such a difficult grid. As for Cloud9, they lost 2 times to Sashi in a row. In the first match they could at least squeeze one map, having Alpha as the best player, scoring 53 frags. But besides that, nothing. Simply nothing. Not even a highlight. Next were Bad Boom. They were beaten without a chance. Even MagnoJest didn't help. 13-4 on 2 maps. And then Cloud9 had to play against Sashi again, and here the Dutch team didn't give a map away and took Cloud9 out, 13-8, 13-4. They just destroyed the Clouds. Boomich was barely 0.3 KD. It was embarrassing. Cloud9's analyst wrote, "Electronic is very hard to replace, his contribution is underestimated and it was especially evident on Nuke, and please don't blame Alpha, because what we got was the result of the team playing as a whole, and he himself is great and he played well. I wanna thank him a lot for bailing the team out." Perfecto only wrote, "Cry, cry." Well, okay, they're out. Not a big deal. Sometimes bad things happen. There's a lot of big championships ahead. Since you skip the ESL Pro League, you can properly prepare for Cologne, for example, and so on. Well, I thought so, and it seemed logical to me. But in fact, the team was in a complete nightmare at that moment. And then a sudden insight from Overdrive. Cloud9 kicks Perfecto and HOBBIT. Wait, what? Excuse me? How did this even happen? A team loses 3 key players within a week. What? I mean, yeah, it's just a rumor, nothing is official yet, but when Overdrive writes such insights about the CIS scene, it comes true 99% of the cases. So it's almost official, like it's Overdrive. Fabrizio Romano, here we go kinda stuff. So this is of course a complete tragedy for Cloud9 and the players, starting from the "we will create our own era. This is the best squad in the world on paper. m0NESY is the only missing link," right to the almost full DISBAND and dreams shattered. Yeah, now there are only 2 players left in the squad, and that's Boomich and Exile. And no one's 100% sure that they won't leave either. Next came another news from Hirumi this time, that the analyst Finn is also leaving. So a logical question arises, is it that bad within the org? I understand when one player leaves, players, okay, but when the whole squad leaves at once, it's obviously not a problem in the atmosphere or results. Apparently, something's wrong with the management. I have no idea, but I feel it, honestly. According to Hirumi, Perfecto himself wanted to be benched, while there's no information on HOBBIT yet. But it's a total GG. A dream lineup turned into the biggest failure of the year. It's just unbelievable how everything has changed within a week. We just sat there rejoicing that Cloud9 made it to the playoffs of a major. They beat Navi, the future champions. Their future was bright. Like, trust the process and all that. People were saying that if Monesi made there, they'd be the new Astralis with a long, unbeaten era. But the collapse has happened, and not of the rivals, but of Cloud9 themselves. Monesi is obviously out of the question now. They will need to first build at least a working team of 5 players. Like, at least 4 before Monesi. Though Launders, for example, is being ironic. He wrote, plenty of room for Monesi now. But, guys, I don't know if Ilya should do it. Do you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Next, Hirumi posted a possible new lineup of Cloud9. It's Boomich, Exile, Inters, MagnoJazz, and Icy. And Hooch as a coach. But then he quickly deleted the post. If it's true, goodbye tier 1 scene. Boomich and OneWin are back to Bikini Bottom. I mean, nah, they are good players, but they're clearly not direct replacements for Perfecto, Electronic or HOBBIT. They will have to build everything from scratch, go through tier 2 stage, climb step by step. But again, I won't be surprised if Boomich and Exile will leave too. After all, such things don't happen out of the blue. And there's another question. What's with Groove? Doesn't he want to move anywhere? He's the one the community has most questions about. Maybe he's the main reason behind this all. In short, as always, a billion facepalms and no answers. So my friends, I guess we should wait for official news. Maybe there will be some interviews or other insights that will reveal details, because right now it looks just like a surreal story, like an April Fool's that's got out of hand. I honestly still can't believe that Electronic just got out and went to Virtus.pro, and then in a couple of days the whole Cloud9 roster just fell apart. But anyways, people are already on the race to join this American org. A former Navi analyst just wrote to Boomich that he wouldn't mind working together, but someone leaked it on the web, and as a result he was just fired from OneWin. I mean, that's just some top-class circus. But even being kicked, he's still not among the favorites to join Cloud9. Also, OnCarry wants to come back to esports, and he's just waiting for an invitation from Cloud9. In short, the Hunger Games begin. Obviously, Cloud9 has the money. But okay, nevertheless, the most interesting thing is what will now happen with Perfecto and HOBBIT. And we can only guess about it. For me, the ideal option is Perfecto joins Electronic and Virtus.pro in place of Norbert, and HOBBIT goes to Badboom to replace Nefani. But of course, guys, this is just purely my thinking out loud, and there's no insights and nothing. I'm just suggesting here. So feel free to suggest your transfers in the comments below. In any case, I don't think such star and experienced players will be without a team for long. Perfecto is a dream anchor and would fit in any squad. About VP, it's rather something fantasy-like, because it's too difficult to make 2 key substitutions at once. VP is not Cloud9, they won't risk that much. You know, there's also Aurora, Amcal, 9 Pandas, Badboom, so overall the road is open for sure. And it's all better than what's left of Cloud9. But once again, I believe that the only possibility to fully stay on the tier 1 scene for Perfecto is either to go to Virtus.pro or to Team Spirit. So far, I don't see any other, like, good, obvious options. Thorin, for example, is excited about big spenders on our scene. Here's the quote. Cloud9, Team Spirit and VP throwing millions around in the transfer market means CS is going to be spicy for coming years. So many super team options out there. And then all of a sudden Vitality showed that they're preparing something huge according to their socials. What could it be? Like Mezzi out, Apex switches to coach, I don't know, maybe Perfecto joins? So kinda hype. Well, and lastly, literally a couple of news. First, how is Electronic really doing in Virtus.pro? They make a lot of content and record interesting videos.
Наверное, всегда хотел поиграть в этой команде в детстве, да? Ну, это старая история уже. Быстрый мужчина был первый никнейм. На английском Шотман был написано. А потом я довольно-таки быстро это поменял и перешел к электронике.
By the way, will take place really soon. And that's where we'll see how James uses electronic. Also, Loba tricks cheaters in the premiere mode. If a cheater plays against him, Loba promises to gift a knife for losing intentionally and creates a trade offer right on the stream. But he promises to confirm it only after the match. Like, such a huge streamer won't lie, right? So cheaters buy it, lose intentionally, but after the victory, Loba just cancels the trade and just laughs at them. Also, Pain Gaming are the champions of Global Esports Tour 2024, which took place in Brazil. Even despite playing with a stand-in, they won $100,000 and can be rightfully called the best in Brazil. And my friends, ESL Pro League is coming up in a few weeks. There's gonna be a lot of content, and to make sure you don't miss anything, just subscribe to my channel. I'm not saying goodbye for a long time. See you soon.